My name is Sandy, and the name of this poem is The Spoon. I'm so scared I'm disappearing, my mind, my laugh, my smile. Me, who loves puppies, babies, sunshine, and the moon, am slowly cooking up myself in this old and bent-up spoon. My hopes, my precious children, my tomorrows, and my dreams. Nothing but this chunk of tar has meaning, so it seems. I've consorted with the devil, I've stolen, whored, and lied. I've worshipped my god heroin until all that's good has died. I have nothing left but sickness and a nauseous, hopeless fear that I am lost eternally and that there's no way out of here. My long-forgotten Jesus, if you hear me, call your name. Pull this needle from my soul and my heart and life reclaim. This one is called The Home. There's a building down in Lonesome Flats, been standing there for years. Instead of wood or concrete, it's built with pain and tears. Back in 1890, it was called the Home for the Insane. But certainly as the years went by, they had to change the name. Just for a moment, let us linger and explore. Let's check out those dreary rooms and walk that ancient floor. In room 19 of young Tommy, the walls within are stark. Disease is feeding on his sanity, much like a killer shark. His heredity had jinxed him long before he snorted lines, but it seems they were the bomb that began to detonate his mind. Dopamine and serotonin, the purveyors of sound thought, were somehow siphoned from his brain and the culprit never caught. When his reason and his logic the malicious thief did take, his grieving parents were informed he's having his first break. He was given therapy and medication, all to no avail. Despite the intervention, the diagnosis did prevail. His parents, they sat guilty, wondering at their part, in their sad and broken son with their sad and broken heart. Down the long dark hallway, sitting in a chair, we find a husband weeping for his wife who's lying there. Postpartum depression, the doctors gravely said. She could only stare and cry and never left the bed. Her bedroom is stagnant now, pregnant with the gloom, as she vainly tries remembering life before she was entombed. Paranoia crouches lightly underneath the bed, but at a moment's notice could go ripping through her head. She was a caring mother, trustworthy as a wife, and that night as she fixed supper, the voice said, "Kill them with the knife." When the choice was finally made, it was herself that she would kill. Which way would be the quickest, razor, gun, or pill? Held captive by the sickness, ideas taking flight. Perhaps this is how Van Gogh felt on that starry, starry night. Dispossessed of understanding, degraded by their shame, genius and sickness, and entwined in burning flame. Mental illness has a stigma which we continue to deny. But when we meet these folks out on the street, we turn our heads and hurry by. These people once had lives, you know, just like you and me. But madness knocked upon their door and changed their destiny. And if the fates of brain chemistry had chosen me to curse, I'd be a patient living here rather than a nurse. I wouldn't get to leave at the end of the work day. Like all the other patients, I too would have to stay. This one is called Shady Rest. Death is in the hallway, sadness fills the air. Everywhere I turn are twisted bodies and gray hair. A fragile little lady, in her heart she holds the past. She prays at night she'll close her eyes and wake up home at last. Sometimes early in the morning, she thinks it's 1910, and she can hear her daddy calling her again. Yeah, she's sure it's Daddy, and he's holding Sister Pearl. A sweet smile on his handsome face. Come eat supper, baby girl. In room 6, an old man lies in a puddle of despair, knowing till the day he dies he'll just be lying there. Old Jake's body's in a wheelchair. In his mind, though, he can stand. And he's back in California building castles in the sand. Little Bessie cackles and hugs her rubber doll. She wets her pants again as she wanders down the hall. Pictures on the wall a different story tell. A brave soldier, baseball players, a sweet-talking Southern belle. Dusty image of a beauty queen sits upon the shelf. If she weren't blind, I wonder, would she recognize herself? There's a lady in a pink robe, unaware of all but pain. And if she did know where she was, she wouldn't know her name. Listening after midnight, she can hear the 20s roar, and she's buying bootleg whiskey out behind the general store. Withered limbs, sightless eyes, ears that hear no more, clutching little bits of time, memories on the floor. Ancient little people, children once again, with ragged empty smiles and see-through paper skin. Room after room of little souls lying old upon their beds, trying to relive those days if only in their heads. Passengers of time, cradles of eternity. These beds are waiting for us all, even you and even me.